Hello dear students, in the previous session we were discussing problems on nonlinear partial differential equation. Before that we have discussed the method of characteristic of solving nonlinear partial differential Cauchy's problem, right? Using Char-Pitts method, we found the formula, or I can say that we found the method to solve nonlinear partial differential equations. So let's solve some more problems in this session. This is the given PDE, p square minus 3q square minus u is equal to 0 with a condition that u of x comma 0 is equal to x square. Okay. So first what I have done, I have taken equation 1, that is given equation, as my equation number 1. Since it is a non-linear partial differential equation, obviously this equation will be in the form of f of x comma y comma u comma ux comma uy, or you can write this as p comma u also, where p is nothing but partial derivative of u with respect to x and uy is partial derivative of u with respect to y. The next step what I have done here is I have found the values of dou f by dou x, dou f by dou y, dou f by dou u, dou f by dou p and dou f by dou q. Why I need these values? It is just because I need to substitute all these values in my characteristic equation in order to find the final solution, right? So next step is consider your characteristic equation. That is nothing but from your Char-Pitts method you can write dx by dt, dy by dt, du by dt, dp by dt, dq by dt. Substitute all the values and you will get these values. Okay. Next, from the given data is u is equal to x square, y is equal to 0. So first initially what we will do, we will consider when t is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0, your x naught of s will be s and y naught of s will be 0. Similarly, u naught of s comma 0 will be s square because it is x square. X naught whole square will be s square. Okay. Next, we will consider this equation in order to find out p and q. We need initial conditions for p naught of s and q naught of s, right? For that purpose, we will consider this equation. So du is equal to dou u by dou x into dx plus dou u by dou y into dy. Dou u by dou x is nothing but your p. Dou u by dou y is nothing but your q. So when t is equal to 0, this equation takes the form of u naught dash of s. Since it is derivative of u, this is just p, it will become p naught of s. Dx is derivative of x, so you will get x naught dash of s plus this is q naught of s, dy become y naught dash of s. Here I know the value of, using x naught of s, I can find out x naught dash of s. What is my x naught of s? It is s. So if you differentiate this with respect to s, you will get 1, right? Q naught of s, since y naught of s is 0, if you differentiate this, you will get 0 itself. From this, I can find out the value of p naught of s. That is nothing but your 2s. Next, what I have done is, from your equation 1, that is given partial differential equation, if you substitute the value of p here, you can find out q, right? So substitute the value of p. When t is equal to 0, this equation becomes p naught of s whole square minus 3 into q naught of s whole square minus u naught of s comma 0 is equal to 0. Here p naught of s is nothing but 2s whole square. I need to find out q naught of s whole square minus u naught of s comma 0 is nothing but s square. This is from your given data, or you can say that Cauchy's data. So 2s whole square is 4s square minus s square is 3s square. This I have retained as it is. So 3s square, you can take 3 as common in these two terms. Since I have 0 on the RHS side, you will get s square is equal to q naught square s. So now for q naught you have two values, right? From this step you have to consider two cases. In one cases x naught, y naught, u naught, p naught will be same and q naught value will be plus s. In another case, first four values, that is x naught, y naught, u naught and p naught will be same, but q naught changes to minus s. So we have two cases here. In the first case, you can observe here I have written this is x naught from these three values or from data. Here we got the value of p naught of s, and q naught of s, it takes two values. I have considered first value, that is plus s. Okay, then with the usual steps, that is you will find out the solution for p using your equation number 6. If you integrate this, you will get the value of p. First you will get constant. When you apply t is equal to 0, you will find out the value of constant. If you substitute there, you can write the final solution of your p. Similarly, find out q. Okay, so next, in order to find out x, I have to substitute the value of p here. Substitute the value of p, integrate it, you will get a solution. When t is equal to 0, you can find out the constant. Substitute that constant, you will get a value for your x. Similarly, for y, we have dy by dt is equal to minus 6q. For q, substitute the value of q and integrate it. When t is equal to 0, you will get a solution for your y. So now we know p and q. Substitute p and q here. You can find out the value of u, that is s square e power 2t plus c5. Again, when t is equal to 0, you can find the value of c5. Substitute here, you will get the value for your u, which is nothing but your solution. But since the function is depending on two variables, that is x and y, my solution should be independent of s and t, right? For that purpose, what we have done is we have considered some of your equations. If you do some simplifications, you will get to know the value of s and t, or s and e power t. Okay, for that purpose, first I have taken your x solution and y solution. Divide x by y. You can find, if you simplify the steps, you will get solution for e power t. If you know e power t, if you square that, you will get e power 2t, right? So now I have to find out the value of s. To find the value of s, we have y is equal to 6s into 1 minus e power t. From previous step, you know the value of e power t. Substitute e power t here. Simplify this, you will get value for your s. So now u is equal to s square into e power 2t. Substitute the value of s and e power 2t. Simplify that, you will get a final solution which is independent of s and t. This is just a case 1. Since I have two values for q naught, I should do the same procedure when q naught takes another value. So here q naught of s is minus s. You have to solve the second case. Okay, solve this case and write the final solution which is independent of s and t. I have given one more problem as an assignment. Write it in your assignment book. Okay, let's move to next problem. If you look at the equation, you feel like this equation is also same as previous one, so you can solve it very easily. But be careful about this method, okay, because the method remains the same, but when it comes to simplification process, it will be slight variations. Okay, you can, if you go through this problem, you will understand that this is my given partial differential equation. So this will be in the form of f of x comma y comma u comma ux comma uy is equal to 0. So I can write my equation as function of this term. So f will be equal to p square x plus qy minus u. Call this as equation number 2. Okay, so as usual here I just found the values of fx, fy, fu, fp and fq. In order to substitute these values in your characteristic equation. So here these all are your characteristic equations. So dx by dt, dy by dt, du by dt, dp by dt and dq by dt. Simplify everything, you will get these values. Okay, now from the given data, when t is equal to 0, x naught of s is s, y naught of s is 1 and u naught of s comma 1 is minus s. Till here there will be no confusion. So next what you will do, you will find the values of your p naught and q naught, right? So in order to find the values of p naught and q naught, I will consider this equation. In this equation, if I choose a initial condition t is equal to 0, this will become u naught dash of s is equal to p naught of s, x naught dash of s plus q naught of s into y naught dash of s. Substitute the value of x naught dash of s and y naught dash of s. From that you can find out the value for p naught of s. Okay. So again, from using your equation 1, you can find the value of q naught of s. So till here there will be no doubt, which is very similar to your previous problem. But from next step, that is, here I need to find out the solution for p, right? dp by dt is equal to p minus p square. This is from your characteristic equation. So using variable separable method, dp by p minus p square will be equal to dt. So now you can take p as common, you will get p into 1 minus p is equal to dt. In order to integrate this, you have to follow one more method, that is you will be, so we cannot integrate this directly, right? You might have come across, you might have solved lots of problem on partial fractions, isn't it? So using partial fraction method, we have to first solve this. First you have to solve what is p into 1 minus p. So in order to solve this, how you will write that? 1 by p into 1 minus p will be equal to a by p plus b by 1 minus p, right? So now this will become 1 is equal to a into 1 minus p plus bp. Now if you give values to your p, you can find the values of a and b. Using this method, first solve for this term. Okay, you will get value for a and b. The values of a and b are 1 and 1. So if you substitute here, your 1 over p into 1 minus p become 1 by p plus 1 by 1 minus p. You can change this as 1 by p minus 1 over p minus 1. Now substitute this value here. That means dp by p into 1 minus p will be equal to 1 by p minus 1 by p minus 1 into dp. So this is nothing but 1 by p minus 1 by p minus 1 into dp is equal to dt. Now you can integrate this very easily, right? Integration of 1 by t with respect to p is log p minus this is log p minus 1, which is equal to t plus some constant c1. From this you can using the properties of logarithmic, you can write this as log of p by p minus 1, which is equal to t plus c1. This is nothing but p by p minus 1 is equal to e power t plus c1. This is as good as writing p is equal to p minus 1 into e power t plus c1, right? So using this method, solve for p. Once you arrived with this step, p by p minus 1 is equal to e power t into e power c1. Take t is equal to 0. If you substitute p naught of s values, you can find e power c1. Okay, so now we have e power c1. Substitute e power c1 here and solve this. You will get a value for p. Okay, now I will consider next equation, that is to find the value of q. dq by dt is equal to 0. So this is very easy. You can integrate this. You will get q is equal to c2. Again, when t is equal to 0, you will get the value of c2. Substitute here. You can get q is equal to minus 2s. Next, we have to find the solution for x. So from equation 3, dx by dt is equal to 2px. Substitute the value of p, that is 2 e power t divided by e power t minus 2 into x. So now we have to integrate this, right? This is d by variable separable method. You can write this as dx by x into, which is equal to 2 into e power t by e power t minus 2 into dt, right? In order to integrate this part, I will use substitution method. Okay, so I will consider e power t minus 2. I will substitute v in the place of e power t minus 2. So what is dv then? dv is e power t into dt. So in the place of e power t into dt, I can write dv and this is v, right? So this is nothing but integration of dv by v. Integration of 1 over v with respect to v is log v, and the value of v is log of e power t minus 2, right? So in the LHS side you have log x, that is if you integrate 1 over x with respect to x, this is equal to 2 times of log of e power t minus 2. Since all the terms are in logarithmic, consider the constant also in log, right? So this is nothing but we can write this as x is equal to e power t minus 2 whole square into c3. This is again from the properties of logarithmic, that is m log n is equal to log n power m, right? So using this property you will get with this solution. Again you have to consider when t is equal to 0 in order to find the value of c3. Okay, so you will get value for c3. Substitute that here, you will get the value of x. So now I have to find the value of y. This equation is very simple. You can integrate it directly. You will get the value of y. When t is equal to 0, find the value of constant, substitute that, you will get a solution for y. Now I need to find out du by u from du by dt. So substitute the value of x, y, p and q there. Simplify. After simplification, integrate with respect to t. You will get u is equal to 2s into e power 2t by 2 minus e power t plus c5. So when t is equal to 0, you can write this, substitute the value of u naught of s, solve this, you will get a value for c5. Substitute cy here, you will get a solution for u which is depending on s and t. My next task is I have to remove s and t in my final solution. For that what I will do is consider your equation number 12, that is solution of x. From that you will get x is equal to s into e power t minus 2 whole square. From the solution of y, you know y is equal to e power t. Substitute substitute for e power t, that is y minus 2 whole square. From this you can find the value for s. If you substitute the value for s in your solution u, you can find out the value for, okay, you will substitute for s, right? We know e power t is y, so e power 2t is nothing but y square. Substitute all the values, simplify, finally you will arrive with a solution which is independent of s and t. So this is all about nonlinear partial differential equation, solving the nonlinear partial differential equation. Okay, in the next session I will start with complete integral method. Thank you.